Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. We are your hosts, Vidas
and Ausra.
We've been mastering secrets of organ playing for more than 20 years and sharing them on this blog since 2011.
On this show, which we create from our home in Vilnius, Lithuania, we strive to help you grow in every area of organ playing, including practice, technique, repertoire, sight reading, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, harmony, and many others.
Our hope is to help you become a complete musician, or what we call as total organist, a program which we have created to help you reach your dreams faster than you would do on your own.
If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe to receive free updates of this blog at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
And now let's go to the podcast for today. Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Ausra.
Let's start episode 253 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Heidi, and she writes, Dear Vidas and Ausra, I'm enjoying very much browsing your course materials and making downloads. My situation involves the fact that my children are grown and my grandchildren are grown. The youngest is 14 years old. For so many years, having children and grandchildren blessed me with much to look forward to on a daily basis and kept me very busy. I am less busy with them now, and so I think God put Vidas in my life to give me the courage to embrace what I love so much, having the confidence again that someone with a special gift for teaching and one who is qualified on every level is there to guide me. Thank you doesn't even come close to expressing my gratitude. When downloading the materials, there is one aspect that I'm having trouble with. How can I save or download your YouTube videos? Much of your training materials are presented on video, which is great, but I can't figure out how to get the video onto my computer. Is there a special way I need to log in to YouTube to download your training videos? Will I learn as quickly as your other students? Perhaps not, but for me that is not the point. I will be doing what I feel I was called to do. Here is my all-time favorite quote. I have it printed and sitting on my Johannus Organ at home. I think of it every Sunday as I sit on the organ bench at church. Here it is. If you are called upon to play a church service, it is a greater honor than if you were to play a concert on the finest organ in the world. Thank God each time when you are privileged to sit before the organ console and assist in the worship of the Almighty. Albert Schweitzer. I humbly thank you for helping me become all I can be in service. Hope you both are having a great weekend. Your friend Heidi. P.S. In one of the videos with both of you, I think you are sitting in the living area of your home. Anyway, the room looks so cozy. I too have many treasured pieces from my parents born in Germany. Vidas, it touched me to see what I believe were a few of the wonderful paintings by your father, which are hanging on the wall. We keep those who love alive through these treasures, right? A very warm and love-filled home environment. Wow, Ausra, I don't know what to say.
Well, it's a lovely letter. So I loved that citation by Albert Schweitzer, because in general I love Albert Schweitzer.
Do you love the tempi of Albert Schweitzer?
I'm not talking so much about tempi. I know he played Bach quite slowly.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, I think he was a great man, one of the greatest men who ever lived.
Remember, we were probably first introduced to him at Depth in Lincoln, right?
Well, I have read his book on Bach, even before going to the United States.
Yes, me too. But I guess what I mean is we took part in the multimedia presentation involving the life and works of Albert Schweitzer.
Yes, I remember that was a wonderful evening. We all played music by J.S. Bach and had these wonderful citations from Albert Schweitzer works. So, do you remember what you played?
It might have been Nuncom. Or did you play Nuncom?
No, I played An Wasserfluss and Babylon with ornamented left hand.
I think I played two versions of Nuncom from the 18 great chorales, the Leipzig collection. The one with the trio texture, not with the trio texture, but the one with the ornamented chorale in the soprano. That's the first one. And then the second was, I think, where the cantus firmus is presented in the longer notes in the bass, in the pedals. A sort of a fugal texture in the hands with organopiano registration. I didn't play the second version with the trio texture.
Yes, anyway, it was a wonderful, very memorable evening. And going back to Heidi's letter, I think it's wonderful, that now when she, raised her kids and her grandkids, she can enjoy, playing organ. I think it's a wonderful hobby. And I'm glad she find our material, useful. And maybe you could, answer her question about the technicality, how, to download YouTube and what to do with it.
YouTube itself doesn't allow downloading those videos to your computer because it wants you to stay on the site and look at the ads and other related videos. That's how they make profit. When you click on those ads, that's why you have to stream those videos basically. But there is a roundabout in doing this. Simply you can Google keywords download YouTube videos, for example, or download videos to your computer, or YouTube to PC converter, or YouTube to MP3 if you want to just have the audio version. And I'm 100% sure you will find more than enough, services to do that. I've used that also. You can do that on your phone too, if you want to listen and watch on your phone, but not online, but directly on your device. There are versions for Android and iPad and iPhone too. Now I think we can talk a little bit about Albert Schweitzer's quote, right? That the privilege to play in church services is greater than playing a concert on the finest organ in the world. First of all, remember that Schweitzer was a missionary, right, in Africa.
True.
He not only missionary, but together with Vidor, he edited complete works of Bach, right? Prepared an edition, excellent edition, which is still used by many organists today, although we have some other performance practice understanding today. But he also had in Africa a pedal piano, I think, in the jungle.
Yes, I think he
in practiced organ works by Bach.
He edited it, pedal.
Edited.
To the piano that it would be kind of sort of organ, modified organ.
Do you think he had extra set of strings, or just the trackers to play those bass strings on the regular piano?
I think he might had an addition of strings.
Like with 16 foot?
And I think it
range?
Sounded very bizarre and imagined like in the middle of Africa. People have never heard at that time such music, and no, can you imagine him playing? And what impression he would make?
But I'm not sure if he was in that part of Africa where people sing in harmonies, in 3 or 4 part chords. That is it in itself a very fine singing tradition. Sometimes in Lithuania we have those polyphonic, folk songs, but this is something different. It's completely, I think, in major key, not in modal versions like they have in different countries of the world, in different folk traditions. And remember in Lincoln we had seen this documentary where people really sing on those hills where Albert Schweitzer probably worked. That was
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
Spectacular view. But as you say, if Schweitzer played Bach in the jungle, so then we can imagine what other people and animals thought about that too.
Yes. Very spectacular things happened. And about that citation, I think that's what is so great about the organ, that, it can, also be played at worship. And I think it gives to the organ such a specific spiritual feeling that probably no other instrument has. Don't you think? So
absolutely, because a lot of organ works are spiritual in nature. Not necessarily spiritual, but sacred, based on choral works or Gregorian chant.
And I think even, if the piece doesn't have particular choral or hymn tune or, Gregorian chant tune, I think even Prelude and Fugue by Bach can be, very sacred in itself.
Because
don't you think so?
You're right, because the style of Prelude and Fugue of Bach doesn't is not different at all from the chorale prelude or chorale fantasia. He uses the same technique, fugal techniques, ritornello techniques like in prelude and concerti. And so whatever Bach writes, I think it's elevated in spirit and might sound like a prayer or meditation for some people too. So I understand completely what Schweitzer wrote about playing in church service. I just sometimes would regret, of course, that in today's day and age, you would not be able to play classical sacred repertoire of solo organ composers the same Bach, like in many Catholic churches, right? Because they prefer, I don't know, synthesizer and guitar music and sort of light pop Christian rock music. I don't know what Albert Schweitzer would have thought about that.
Yes. Maybe he is lucky that he haven't survived until now.
But if you have a privilege to play in church service and be able to play classical masterpieces, or just simply solo organ music if you are improvising too, then of course this is one of the ideal environments.
Or even, just accompanying hymns, in full harmony, for example, for Christmas. I think it's also very spiritually uplifting.
When entire congregation can lift up the roof of the building.
I remember once, accompanying for Christmas Eve service, and people were singing so loudly that although I was playing organ, no full organ, I could still not hear my playing because people were singing just so loudly, and I think it was just an amazing feeling.
And of course, Heidi finishes her message with this allusion to the living area of our home where we recorded those videos where we talk about some of the organ practice issues, pedal playing and memorization. I think too. Yes, we're even now when we are recording this particular podcast, we're sitting in those two chairs and looking at our paintings on the wall, which are indeed by my dad, and that's basically our studio, right, Ausra?
That's true, yes. And I love looking at those paintings. Each time they tell me a different story.
Do you think, Ausra, that people would enjoy seeing the photo of that environment, what we are looking at?
I don't know.
We might ask. If you guys interested, let us know. So thank you so much, Heidi. Thank you, other students who are sending us your question and feedback. It's really valuable to us and basically allows us to continue to teach you and to help you grow. Please send us more of your questions. This was Vidas.
And Ausra.
And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This blog is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online, where you will find courses for every area of organ playing, including technique, practice, sight reading, repertoire playing, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory and harmony, with hundreds of scores and thousands of exercises. Here is what some of the students are saying.
Hugh writes, "The sight reading course has helped me tremendously. Thank you very much for your essays, courses, and all your help."
Robert writes, "I found the fingerings, registration ideas, and general comments to be excellent."
John writes, "I have found your download very helpful. It was really excellent. I have watched some of your teaching videos, and when I read your instructions, I tried to imagine you were teaching me. You may feel disappointed that I am 2-3 days behind, but I am a slow learner, and I have committed to taking the time to get it right, as you say. But the other night my wife commented that she had never heard me play such a detailed melody in the left hand so well. My left hand is generally poor."
Robert writes, "It has been a great pleasure in my life of having discovered your courses and material as well as the YouTube work of recordings. You have a calm and pleasant way of teaching."
Ron writes, "Hi Vidas and Ausra, thank you guys. What a wonderful response to my email note to you. You've got me right, and I feel you understand my level of playing. Yes, at home, and lucky that I have an organ for that reason. I am paying attention to this, and I am going to try this haha no longer secret model. Yes, and I love Caesar Frank too. What is very nice about your blog podcast is that Ausra and Vidas are like a Socratic dialogue, and by bouncing things off of each other, so much more information comes out and is expressed. Your comments contain a wealth of information and understanding. I really appreciate this. It is very inspiring and will keep us moving forward."
Would you like to receive the same or even better results that our students are getting? If so, join them at organduo.lt/total-organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to receive free updates of this blog, make sure you do that at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video, how to master any organ composition, and 10-day organ playing mini course.
This was Vidas.
And Ausra from Secrets of Organ Playing.
And remember, when you practice,
Miracles happen.